right, so the chair breaking was not part of the act. But so much for eating before I do this ever again. All right, so my first time, good evening, everyone. It's a very interesting story. I'll just kind of go back a little bit. So, son of a drill sergeant, was kind of the popular kid. I grew up in a very strict but not stern household, I guess I should say. To go back to your thing, my dad was, as he was a drill sergeant in Germany, he was actually Elvis Presley's sergeant. And there's a picture of Elvis holding my older brother when he was a baby. So kind of cool story, but as my wife will attest, and she's out there somewhere behind these godlike bright lights, I was raised not to feel pain. Anything that hurt, I would instantly, my dad would go, does that hurt? No, not a bit. So as I got older, I was kind of the eventual thing. I became a police officer for a short time, and was just that indestructible person. We'll go in 1997, I had a pretty severe injury to my back. And from there, like I said, Dad didn't care, but I never smoked a cigarette, never drank a beer, never did a joint, anything like that. And that was the case all the way up until I was 48 years old, and I'm now 54. But so the story goes, after that injury, 27 turned into 37, turned into about 45, and at that point, I love tennis. The pain was so bad, I would actually have to forfeit matches. I couldn't walk, and as my wife remembers, she would have to tie my shoes for me constantly. It got to the point where I was at a chiropractor once a week. I did corticosteroid injections, acupuncture. Doctors were giving me Oxycontin, Oxytocin, Flexeril, and all that really did was just numb it to where I couldn't do anything. Well, that's kind of how my life was until I started working for a beverage company, and we got a hold of a CBD drink and then a hemp energy drink, and then the farm bill came out and the hemp-derived cannabinoids became legal. And one of my customers said, hey, have you heard about this Delta 8 stuff? And I was like, no clue. I said, but everything I buy from you sells, so sure, send me some. He says, well, he named several flavors. I said, send me the blue raspberry. So I said, send me 250 of these blue raspberry gummies. So we get them in with some samples in the packaging, and they're all yellow. And I called the guy up and said, how the hell can I sell a yellow blue raspberry? But he goes, well, what does it taste like? I said, well, it doesn't matter, it's yellow. I said, it doesn't say anything, it just says 25 milligram Delta 8 gummy. He's like, okay. He said, well, he goes, we'll just sell them like that, we'll call them mixed fruit. I said, well, I ate it, and he said, just tell me what it tastes like. I said, okay, it tastes like lemon, it could be placebo, but that's what it tastes like to me. Didn't think twice of it, and keep in mind, I've never been drunk, never been high, except for Oxycontin. So about an hour, I'm at my desk, and I'm typing off of a spreadsheet, and I'm the only one in the warehouse at this time on a Friday afternoon. All the employees had left for the day. And I'm going down about the third time. No longer were the eyes catching up with the hands or the screen, and everything was extremely slow. And I stood up, and I started feeling these waves come up my legs, and I'm going, what the hell is going on? What is this? And then this is what it felt like. Poof. And I was like, whoa. So I went and I was like, do I have COVID? And so I go to walk, and I'm standing at this window that overlooks the main highway in Greenville, South Carolina, where I was at the time. Cars are going by, and I just start going, red car, you got a red car, you got a red car, you got a green car, white car, red car. And I went, and I ran back to the bathroom, look at myself. My eyes are bloodshot, pupils are dilated. As a former cop, I go, you're high. Come with me. And that was hysterical. I started laughing at myself, and I was watching myself in the mirror. I was talking to myself. Called my wife, said, babe, you gotta come get me, I'm high. Of course, she knows what a goody two-shoes I am. I don't even drink. She's like, you are so full of crap. I was like, no, seriously, you gotta come get me. I'm laughing my head off. She's got me on speaker. My two daughters think there's something wrong with me because I'm laughing so hard I cannot control myself. It sounds like I'm crying in pain. So my two daughters rush in. I see my wife pull into the parking lot. My two daughters rush in, and my youngest, Thea, she comes up and she is crying because she thinks I'm hurt. And I go, you are so sad. And I start laughing at her and her face. My wife thinks I'm completely full of crap. So she says, come on, get in the car. We go to the car, and I'm looking at my wife's little girly magazine thing, you know, the makeup, that's funny. Stop signs are funny. Street lights are funny. Whatever sounds are making back there. My wife, and I had the samples of the gummies. I was like, it was these things. She goes, I don't believe you at all. She ate one. So we're driving to Buy Low to get groceries for the weekend, and at this point, 30 minutes go by, and she's like, you're so full of crap. Cheat another one. And I'm like, I'm serious, and I'm still laughing at everything. So we're shopping in Buy Low. I have no idea how much time has gone by at this point. But anyway, about 5 minutes later, my wife comes zooming by me with the buggy. They come back there, follow me. They come back there, follow me. I was like, what man? So somehow we made it home. I don't remember this, and I don't encourage that kind of behavior out of anybody, especially two grown adults with kids in the car. But we made it home, and me and my wife consume about a gallon of ice cream, a whole bag of Doritos. I think we watched The Office or something, and I remember it being incredibly funny. But where this gets interesting is the next day I wake up, Saturday morning, I always play tennis at our tennis club. I'm getting dressed and everything like that, and I look at my wife and I go, you didn't tie my shoes for me. She goes, well, what did you take? I said, I didn't take anything. And I was like, my back doesn't hurt. Now keep in mind, this is to the point where I used to walk and I would play tennis in forfeit matches. My back was just in incredible amounts of pain. So she says, the gummy? I said, I don't know. I went and played tennis. Played tennis for 3 hours. I was like in my 20s again. No pain at all. And since then, we're about 5.5 years since that day. I do Delta 8 CBD once or twice a week, not for the recreational high, but the medicinal benefits of it. Haven't taken a pain pill in that entire time, have not gone to a chiropractor, have not gotten any corticosteroid injections, and I'm pretty much to the point where I literally can't make my back hurt anymore.